Old Bearded Gaming here. We're going to see if we can't maybe edit these videos just a little bit, try something different. And if all goes according to plan, we will be able to just skip forward to a place relatively close to how we started or how we ended previously to that point. And I kind of like to do that for each video going forward just so that we don't have to keep watching the exact same start over and over again, right? That we're just looking at progress going forward with the videos. So with that, we're going to create our new world, Hardcore 24. Hopefully this is it. And I'll see you guys once we get up to a legitimate spot similar to where the previous attempt had ended. So attempt number 24 would start off pretty straightforward, not a bad looking landing. Take a quick peek at the map, and we appear to be kind of centered between a red and a normal desert. No real clear direction to go, so we head on out. Find a nice little structure to take a little shelter. We can see the death worms spawning here and there. Really not too concerned about the death worms, but that was going to be a problem for me. Yeah, I should have definitely had a lot more fear of these death worms because, as it turns out, they're actually pretty fast, quite a bit faster than I thought, and it was just a bad time, a really, really bad time. Yeah, bad time. But that's okay. Attempt number 24 down, starting up number 25. We'd get into the world and realize, you know what? I can't see a darn thing. It's pitch black, and it's cold. This doesn't end well. In fact, it ends very briefly. 26 onward. Not a water landing, so I'll take it. That's weird. Let's move. Onward and upward. A mega battle tower. Immediately I was thinking, okay, this is it. Let's go see what we can find around there, get some supplies, and start tackling this thing. Get some experience real quick. Couldn't even make my parkour jumps. Just floundering around, slipped off the edge, and we ended up in a little valley that was incredibly cold and no real way to start warming up. A key thing was missing from all of this: gravel. No way to make flint, to be able to make tools, to be able to survive. And that would come back and haunt us. I spent a lot of time looking for it, couldn't find it, got thirsty, thought we'd come back up here to catch a drink, and I completely missed the little fire demon setting me on fire, which wasn't a huge problem because there's all this water around, but they are fast. And it was a little disorienting not being able to see clear. Yeah, this wasn't going to work. Not going to work. 27 it is. Not a water landing. You know I like that. But cold. It seems to be either or. Either it's water or it's cold. There's no happy medium. Punched the banshee in the face. I felt pretty good about that, actually. We didn't stay around to punch it any further. Dragon nonsense. More dragon nonsense. Red dragon nonsense. Hey, what do we got here? Hadn't come across one of these before. They're gonna lock their stuff up? Come on. It's not very friendly. Onward and outward. I seem to be surrounded by dragon nonsense. Fire everywhere. To the right, to the left. Better get out of here. Well, this is different. Probably take shelter in here. Or not. Fun fact, can't really hit anything while you're moving up and down vines. Did not know that. Did not know that. The zombie didn't seem to care. He was going to hit me regardless. Only one way to go. Up and out. That's pretty. Just trying to survive out here. That's all we're doing. Trying to get away. Did not realize I was holding something in my offhand, trying to wonder for the life of me while I was only doing onesie-twosie damage. Not fun when you're trying to make a getaway. We'd figure it out, though. Yeah, get wrecked. Much better. I don't know why their AI insists on wanting to bump them up. But we out. Drinking when thirsty, low on health, of course, parasites. And that guy. That guy sucked. Hardcore 28. Ah, water landing. How I've missed you. It's an underground mine shaft. Underwater. That's cool. Die, sheep. Getting supplies. Getting geared up. Felt good about this after making landfall. What? What? I know it's the Winter Olympics and all, but try hard much? Lighthouses are cool. I've heard they've got some stuff up at the top. Let's just take a peek and... Oh. Well, that's scuffed. I'm not rebuilding that. Visual rage. Got a nice town there, though. Yeah. A little troll over there. Got a castle over there. Okay. Oh. Oh. More visual rage. Alright, well, let's try to go around it. Boy, he is just giving them a hard time. That's not going to end well for them. Battle tower, though. Nope. Let's go the other way. Away from the dragon. Tried my hand at looting. Sunken ship. Not bad. Nothing really useful. Oh my gosh. Lot of dragon nonsense. Alright. We're not looting anything in there. Let's go see if the troll's home. Troll? Cyclops? Cyclops. It's a Cyclops. Well, at least we put that dragon behind us. Ah! Really? Yellow one. Okay. It's like Pokemon trying to catch a green one. Come on. 3 dragon? Me freezing out here? Oh, he's home. Cyclops is home. That's a bad time, too. We're not doing that. Swimming away. Oh, hey, another fort guy. That's cool. Got mining fatigue from swimming over some Elder Guardians, so that's cool. I'll just be able to run... Oh, I'm going to have to dig my way out. Well, that's not cool. And they lock their stuff. Really, guys? Visual rage. Alright, let's just wait it out. Another minute and a half or so on this mining fatigue. Guess we'll just hang tight. More dragon nonsense. And everyone's panicking. You know what? Forget this day. Let's just start fresh in the morning. Alright, let's see how it went. Well, this sucks for you guys. Serves you right for locking your stuff up. Still got that mining fatigue, but Dragon kind of made it a non-issue. Thanks, Dragon Bro. Heading out. What is that? Oh, College of Evil. Yes. I'm drawn to it. That looks like, well, doesn't look like a good time, but I'll bet there's some cool stuff in there. Still trying to get going. No tools. Front door looks inaccessible. Yeah, no. Not going to happen. Onward. Well, this is peaceful. A lush hills. Oh, more dragon nonsense. Everywhere I turn in this world, surrounded by dragons. Nothing good is going to come from this. Back to the lushness. So pretty. And a battle tower? Heck yeah. Still don't have any tools. Alright. More dragon nonsense. Overlooking the battle tower. Not a lot of options. Kinda hanging out. I guess we'll just move on. Oh, we moved on the wrong way. We stepped into the cold. We committed ourselves to a direction. Assumed we were going to find something. Transverse it. We could not. As it turns out, these nifty little structures, I still don't know what they are for or do, don't provide any warmth. They just kind of glow. Well, that's not helpful. Only one thing really helpful in a time like this. We need some lava. We need some fire. And I see some. But that hypothermia ticks for a really long time. And when you're already cold, too little, too late. Hardcore 29, just racking them up. Another water landing, of course. Why wouldn't it be? A water landing next to a cold biome. Because reasons. Because RlCraft. Alright. Need to get a little wool. Let's go pillage this thing. Can't even place the blocks right with the bobbing. But that's alright. Gonna take some of this wool, get ourselves set up, be able to survive some of the cold. I got a good feeling about all this. Made a little camp, said hi to the locals. Not much of a conversationalist. Was sitting okay. Kind of felt like, hey, you know what? I think we can do this. Sunset's nice. We're not freezing. I'll take it. Let's start a new day. Got out of the cold. Making our way. Felt good. Said, hey, red guy. Red gonna make you dead. Yeah. All right. Hey, let's remember to do that thing that we always forget. See if that experience is any better. Little maca. Not worth much, but with the experience boost, that's over half a level. Yoink. Yoink. What is this? Oh, it's a zombie spawner area. I like these. Let's block that off, keep them trapped. Don't know what that fire is all about, don't care. Not gonna go over there. Let's just set up shop. Build it out. I can hear him in there. All right. Time to get to work. It's hot in here. Hot work. Getting sweaty. It's got to be done. Blighted mob. Look at that experience. Look at that sweet, sweet experience. This was a good idea. This was a great idea. Blighted gas. No worries. Yeah. Handling it. Giving them the business. Just look at that experience roll in. Getting set up. Getting back to work. Got a heart container. Or at least enough shards to craft one, which is cool. Didn't have the magic to use it. Did not plan well. We'll get there. Nothing was going to derail this attempt. I felt good about this. Felt real good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I may have made a mistake with that. Spent way too long, a whole day and night, running away from that Reaper because he would not come down. Saved you the embarrassing footage. You're welcome. Cleaning this out. Milking it for everything it's worth. It's not bad. There's 4 little rooms in here, 5th with the treasure chests. A lot of little spawners. Mission accomplished. Took a peek. Yeah, the loot sucks. That's okay. We'd pick that chest, get a couple goodies, head on out. Little tent city, little dragons. It's alright. We're just swinging through. Nothing that we overtly need. Gonna keep on moving. Beautiful sunset. Found a little structure here. Said, you know what? Let's just set up. Let's just give a chance to these dungeons that can be underneath. Decided to kind of make this a little mini base. Took a look in the daytime, realized there wasn't much else going around. Said, okay, we're here. Had good success with the zombies. Let's go. We get down into it. There's not much doing. It's kind of dark. Things are a little scuffed, as it were. We immediately find the next way down to the next layer. These progressively keep going down. The objective is really to just find the next set of stairs, head on out. But you got to kind of handle all of these branches too, or at least block them off, because then these guys just pop around. And that can be a bad time. So we'd go back, we'd close it off. But then the little treasure rooms at the end of the various corridors, obviously the generation didn't do so well. The loot was somewhat underwhelming, and the mobs too infrequent. Some fast boys decided, you know what, I don't really want to play with this. It's not very streamlined. The rest of the dungeon looked pretty broken. Let's head on out. And that's what we did. Got a little tower over there in the distance. Might as well head for that. Ah, the dark forests. Reminded me while I hate the dark forests. Combined with lag. Really dangerous if you're under-geared. Skeleton reminded me of that fact, but in a pro gamer move, switched over to the medkit that I had picked up, and let me tell you, these things are great. They have a lot of uses to them, and they heal really fast. Handled it. Absolutely handled it. Took a look at the blasted lands across the way, realized there were a lot of dangerous vines over there, like a lot. And then this guy shows up, out of nowhere. I didn't even do anything. You know what? We're going to take those life-draining charges. I've never used them before, but Techno, if you're watching, look away, man. Two charges, still not enough to completely drain them, though. Had to put them down. Well, more dragon nonsense. Really nothing you can do about that. But that battle tower over there is looking good. Let's get it. All right, just like last time, let's set up shop. My version of the cheese. I know there's other ways to do this. And again, until I feel really confident about just running in and breaking spawners and progressing through floors to chill everything out, I still kind of need the experience. So building up, setting up around, coming in through the backside seems to work. It's not bad. It's relatively controlled. The problem is not always thinking everything through. I feel like using the trapdoors though. Putting up fencing is kind of nice because it can still allow aggro to be seen through it. But every now and then, you need to be able to drop that trapdoor to, I don't know, catch the eyesight of some folks, just to get them to come on over. I realize, though, spiders have a much longer reach than you would think that they have. I'd expect that the zombies would be able to hit me, not the spiders, even though they're stuck there. So we needed to clear some space, be able to take a step back, because with the two-handed weapons, we've got the reach. I felt like this was going pretty well. So we expanded. And sure enough, it worked great. Look at them come over. Yes, everyone line up. So now an important lesson in special mobs. That guy has Storm, and he has Vengeance. Needless to say, Vengeance is on the no-no list. The no-touchy list. It takes a percentage of the damage you do and reflects it back at you. So a crit hit, that's gonna be a world of pain. It brought about Hardcore World 30 in the blasted lands and in the snow. A lot of snow. Very cold. Give me my stick. Well, only one thing to do when surrounded by cold. That's get warm. This time, we had enough hearts to survive. Got to stand next to a source block, but that's not a problem. There's one right there. Spend a little bit of time getting some resources. Come back to the source block, stay warm. Just enough to stave off the hypothermia. This could work. This could be a good run. Now that we've got some wool, we got some flint, we're gonna make some tools. No, we're not. Always check behind you when standing near lava. Cinders will spawn with only a few source blocks. It does not take much. Lesson learned. Onward to 31. It's a mini water landing. I'll take it. I will take it. It's not the open ocean, and it's not freezing. Stick in hand, piece of gravel, we're good to go. Let's get this one rolling. Now this is what I'm talking about. An actual useful graveyard. These things are great. Just dig off to the side or the front, and you can loot every chest. Each chest doesn't have the best of loot in the world, but you can find leather armor to put on right away, and usually quite a bit of iron stuff. You will also find spawners that don't want to break very quickly without a pickaxe. In fact, it's incredibly slow. So slow, in fact, that after I cleared 2 of these, when I found the third one, I decided to chop down a tree, break the flint, get some string, make a hatchet, to be able to make a crafting table, to be able to make a wooden pickaxe, to then be able to break the third spawner. And it was still faster than doing this. So rewarding, though. Good to have that experience. All right, took it for everything it was worth. Heading on out. What is this? Let's take a peek. What's up, boys? Oh my, would you look at those majestic beards? Yeah, that's a handsome devil. All right, what do you guys need? I'm going to sleep. You guys talk it out amongst yourselves. Let me know how I can help. Apparently, this little structure, those guys are kind of trapped down there, fearful for their lives, because their brethren have been converted upstairs. Zombies, various other spawners and such. They start trickling down, make their way down to this intermediate level here, with the remaining survivors kind of trapped down below. And then this to kind of work through. There are a ton of other mobs around. So just seeing one made me a little apprehensive, but I figure, you know what? We can grind this out. This will help get us going. Took care of this guy. Started thinking about, well, how do we expedite this a little bit? They seem to all be upstairs. And they're coming down very, very slowly. In fact, I'm not even sure this guy came down. I think he just spawned because of the light level. And of course, a Geist. Gotta have the jump scares. Love this patio. It was about this time I started having these visions of, you know what? Kind of near a couple things. Relatively temperate here. I could make this my base. This is kind of a nice looking place. I like it. Where that Geist went. I know there's a lot of... Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. Handling it. A lot of noise upstairs. There's some Aegises up there as well. They're fighting it out. So then I think, well, hey, let's just poke a hole in this thing, right? What's the worst that could happen? And then ensues the World War Z zombie nonsense. All of them coming on out in force. Special mobs, shooting fireballs. Where'd you come from? Always check your six. Lesson learned. Time to do it again. We know what this means. Hardcore 32. Well, it's another water start. Go figure. It happens. Happens way more frequent than I'd like it to. This time's a little different. Hardly a stitch of land to be found. Makes it kind of rough to know which way to go. Castle, pretty far off in the distance. Battle tower, not going to be able to handle that, obviously. But there's a little chunk of land over there. You just swim, and we made it. Just in time, too. Because that guy is wigging out. Gather a couple materials, you know the drill. Find my security stick. And we'll start moving on. It's an interesting structure. I don't even really know what to call it. But, yeah, a lot of activity out in the water, too. We got pirate ships. We got this little town. We're going to end up staying here, actually, way longer than I anticipated. The beauty of this location is there's another opportunity over there to help save those poor villagers that we couldn't do it last time. Oh yeah, and we got this guy hanging out here in town. We'll deal with that. In fact, after spending several days gathering resources, the time had finally come to try our best impression of Legolas. Yeah, get wrecked. I probably went a little overkill, climbing to the highest part of the tower that I could find, because I've tried shooting these guys from elevated positions before, much further lower to the ground. and I've had them just jump straight up on land and wreck my day. So I figure there's no way he can jump this high. Put enough arrows into him, pretty standard deal. I got worried because each arrow started pushing him further and further back. I was afraid I was going to knock him out of render distance, but it worked. In fact, he ends up kind of enraging a little bit, coming in close, and the nail in the coffin. The true passion, though, after finding this location, was finding a way to get back over there and trying to be able to handle it. Because I feel like if we just had taken better precautions, it would have been a non-issue. So I would spend quite a bit of time here in this town, gathering resources, gearing up, doing some trades, grabbing a few levels, and basically just getting ready to be able to go over there and set out. So after a little breakfast, we were on our way. Had the good fortune of running into a little tent structure, grabbed some med kits, but then made our way across over to this area and figured, hey, I'm going to learn from my mistakes. I'm going to light this up so that nothing can spawn behind me. Always watch your six. And just in case these trapdoors open up and drop stuff from above, figured I was going to block it off, make it a non-issue. So after getting the groundwork laid down, lighting things up, we decided to poke our head in, see what we were dealing with. I wasn't expecting much. Maybe a zombie villager, you know? What is that? I've actually never seen an Iwig before, but that's what one is. Shoots laser beams. So we came up with a creative solution to deal with it. Since it likes to hug the walls like spiders do, something with enough gap, come and poke it with something sharp. I actually like this formation because it allows me to shoot inside as well if I needed to. I started using it to clear the stairway to get these guys upstairs. And it was working great. Really, really was working great. And I say that in a past tense because it eventually doesn't work as well as I wanted it to. I should rephrase. The setup worked just fine. My own stupidity gets in the way. Get wrecked, zombies. As you see, we update to the dual trapdoor. Allows me to open and close, engage their aggro, and then I just blindly start shooting dudes with special abilities. There's that vengeance again. It was after this encounter that I had to kind of pump the brakes, get out to the interwebs, and actually do some research on what vengeance does. That little bit of sliver of life that he had was too tempting for me to poke it with another arrow. It led to hardcore number 33. The villagers would go unavenged. Another water start, another sea serpent, making for the land just as quickly as we possibly can. I'd love to see more in-depth analysis and ratios of, what the odds are of a water landing versus being somewhere on the ground. It just seems to really want to favor these water landings. Not today, Sea Serpent. Not today. Typical structure is all about. Game locked up, so we had to reload. Not a big deal. Sought out after traditional resources to be had in said water landing. Gonna go grab a little bit of that wool. Love having that string to trade. See some more structures in the distance. This time we would nail our block placements. Quick hop, skip, and a jump, and we'd be off. Wasn't much doing in the desert. In fact, spending a lot of time walking around this place, it ended up being one large, weird island. And of course, the natives weren't happy. So we were going to have to figure out which way we wanted to go. Not there, though. That guy looks hungry. That guy's trapped on land. So the other way, after a long, long time of swimming and not getting eaten, this little piece of land was all that was there to kind of break up the swimming. Guess I'll head over that way. Not seeing much else. I'm taking this. Onward. Cute little desert village. A little bit of lag. I said, you know what? I think we can make this work. The downside was the local population was a little hostile. Yeah. We deal with that. Deal with him. First time. Do it again. Just kind of kept coming back. Didn't expect him. He didn't expect that. Did remember to level up for the experience. So we sought out, robbing this place blind, gathering resources. Wah! Just casually walking around the corner, as they do. Spent a real long time in this village. Finally headed out. Decided, hey, I haven't explored a regular temple. And then I realized this is RlCraft. There's nothing regular about it. These sylphs decided to spawn all over the place, as they apparently do. I wanted none of it. We got our tuck tail and run underway, hopped up into a cooler biome, and then found this battle tower. Started to work our way around there. Noticed that there was some dragon nonsense about. Had to go back and take the long way. At least going from a cold biome to a hot one and having water in between minimizes the risk of catching hyperthermia. So we got situated at the battle tower location, and I realized, well, I don't really want to run in and out of that town, and I certainly wanted no piece of that temple over there. So I kind of scouted this little area out. We had some water, we got trees for resources, we got some flat ground here. I'm just going to set up camp. And that's what we did. Cutting it down, doing a little terraforming, started placing blocks to build up where we would stay. It was all going great. And then the locals decided to take me for a ride. And after getting a nice little view from a little higher vantage point, I realized, you know what? I think I need to prioritize the roof on this thing. So we flushed it out. After we got it all built, put some windows in, easy access if anything wants to poke its head around. Called it good. Woke up the next morning, decided to take a peek to see what we had. Look at that. Special creeper with blast off and Weber. Threw me up in the air, trapped me in a web. Quick thinking, quick sword work, saved the day. Finally over to the battle tower after a couple more days of resource gathering, and we started to build it out. Set up a little structure, give us some room to navigate with. Wanted to see if we could get this going. And we got it going pretty good. Filling out the first floor that we popped in here, getting some goodies, a couple special mobs, a blight here and there. Got enough to get some heart containers, and you know I love that. And that brings us to current. We are now back to where we were, relatively speaking. Thanks for staying with Old Bearded Gaming. Let's pick it up.